Hello everyone, today we'll be checking out the Albany Merula. If I said that correctly, it is brand new as of 2026, and it is of course based on the new 2026 Cadillac CT5 Blackwing, which is a pretty cool car that, a lot of people in the car community have been wanting and they just love. It's a very sporty Cadillac. But with that said, since this is early in the morning and since I woke up extra early for this, I'm kind of half asleep and I might get some things wrong. But for now, this is just going to be some first impressions for me and for you guys as I go through some of the options here. Later for my community post, I will try to replicate as best as I can to the real specifications of the real car, which you can do right now, but I'll go into that detail later for my community post. But with that said, you do have a lot of options here for the splitters and the front bumpers, and you should expect that for a car like this. It's very popular and really a lot of people like. But for now, I'm not going to try to replicate the actual car. I'm just going to go through the options and choose what I feel fits the car best. I personally like, oh, excuse me. I personally like, the stock option, so I'm just going to leave it as is. And for the exhausts, as nice as the stock one is, I feel like it needs something more sporty, a lot more round. So it's either going to be the GT exhausts. Well, probably is going to be the GT exhaust, to be honest. That's the only circular one. And for the hood, you have a ton to work with here. Man, and you really do have a lot of carbon. The vented hood there is based on the older uh, V line or Blackwing line from the 2000s, from the ATS models to be exact. But again, I could get that information wrong since I'm kind of like half asleep. But you have your usual crazy options here with, glass in the hood or acrylic, whatever it is. And then you have a simple scoop, which I might put on. Something simple. But it still lets you know that the car is sporty, of course. I just want to see how the xenons look. I'm just going to leave them off, to be honest. It's already too blue, the LEDs. And for the stripes, you have a lot of work with here. I'll try my best to go through this as quickly as possible. I know you guys really, some of you aren't into this, and I understand. A lot of these are based off real GT liveries, which is pretty cool to see. Or those racing liveries on some of these cars that I've seen before in real life. They're very well detailed, they're high resolution. I cannot really complain about these so much. And so you have your camo there for some personality, if that's your thing. And for the mirrors, I feel like the mirrors are pretty big. I don't know, they don't really look so much like the actual mirrors on the car, but that's alright. So I just put on carbon, just to slim it down a little more. I did not make a custom license plate for this, unfortunately, but I'll just choose my midlife, reference to the midlife crisis with the Corvettes, but I mean, I guess, this car is for a younger crowd, but whatever. It's good that they give you a black roof option so the secondary color does not translate over, which is great. But I'm just going to put on a carbon for that, of course. And for the skirts, it looks like you have a lot to work with here as well. They really thought of everything, which is pretty sweet to see. I might do the street skirts, but I'll see. I'm already starting to feel a little overwhelmed with the skirt options. And I'd say that's good. You really want to be overwhelmed with options because that means you have a lot to work with. But I'll just choose what I chose. For the spoiler, I feel like the stock one is identical to the real one, but the stock spoiler unfortunately does not give a traction boost, which is pretty strange. So I'm gonna have to put on a different wing. But you really have a lot of aggressive options here if that's what you're into. I know a lot of you are gonna choose this just for fun. Maybe make a GT car spec, which is what these wings are for basically. I mean, you could do a track build, a GT build, a stock factory build. That's what I'm gonna do personally. But for now, I'm just gonna put the aftermarket spoiler. I might change it back to the stock later and, just take the hit, even though it doesn't count for traction, but I'll just deal with it. You do have some sun strips. Surprisingly, they're not branded, but that's okay. And for the suspension, it does have camber, unfortunately, but it's slightly noticeable. So it's not a big deal. Alright, and for the wheels, I'm just gonna skip the wheels. I really love the stock wheels on this. It would have been nice if they came in black, but I mean, that's alright. And for the window tints, that's how it looks on the car. It's not too bad. Just gonna put a light smoke. Let's see what's next. I'm gonna go back to the paint, and I might make it a red or a black. Maybe a baby blue later. A blue type of color. Let's see. I mean, it looks good, but personally, I'm not feeling it. I'll probably save that for the Ferrari I'm gonna review later. I do like a red, but let's just keep it black. It looks pretty good. Let me know what you guys think. I personally like it in this color. And the secondary, that translates to the roof and the hood, so it doesn't really change much. So let's see. And the trim color, that changes the interior. This interior is copy-paste and has been seen a million times, so it's not brand new. I'm just gonna leave it black and skip it. It looks like that's about it. So let's see how this drives. It looks like Raph was calling me. But I'm just gonna tell you right now, it does feel quite heavy. However, it does handle the corners pretty well. You really gotta corner it. And yeah, watch out for the traffic there. So the overall driving experience, I feel like it's quite nice. Oops. Oh my god. And the rear wheels, they receive a lot of power, so it kind of delays. If you're trying to reverse full throttle, it kind of delays it. So you shouldn't go full throttle, but whatever. And it does pretty okay at the corners despite feeling pretty heavy. Um, and I will tell you, this probably will not be the top performer in the sports or sedans class. I didn't check on what class it was, but it's still pretty pleasant. It's just a powerful sedan. And now I'm gonna show you a closer look, and that's surprising. The real trunk, I'm pretty sure, does not open like that on the actual CT5, but that's okay. It's no problem. As I said, the interior is not new, it's not special. The engine model here, I believe that's shared with the Vigero, one of the newer Camaro models in the game. Um, of course, it is a V8 engine, so you gotta expect that. Um, but even though the engine model is not unique, I'll just give them a pass. And it just fits a car alright. But overall, I mean, it's a great car.